Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Ginger, and this is Breaking Valheim. Now, before we get started, I want to remind you that just because two people get the same answer on a test, it doesn't mean they cheated off one another. Today, I have 5 techniques that you can use to break Valheim. Let's get to it. Number 1, getting fine wood without the use of a bronze axe. Now, say you're going into the first boss fight and you want a little bit more power, so you want to go ahead and get that tier 2 bow. Normally, you have to wait and get the bronze axe before you can actually get fine wood from this birch tree. As you can see, I'm using a flint axe and it's too hard. You have to use the bronze axe. Now, what you can do is find a setup like this where there's just a tree nearby, because you actually can chop down the beech tree. And what you're going to do is use the beech tree to down the birch tree. You don't necessarily have to do it in one go. You can actually just roll the giant log into it multiple times. Eventually, the birch tree will fall. After that, it's really just you pushing the logs into each other. This is a really big log, and I didn't really think about that. You can see that it is doing damage. The ground here is not really helping me do this at all. Let's trim the fat. See, that was a good one right there. Get this moved over. And there you go. Once it's done and you have the 2 logs, you can just slam these together. It's a lot easier. You can see the damage is going. It usually takes 3 or 4 hits. Be careful not to kill yourself. Just take your time. Don't try to rush it. Maybe try to rush it a little bit more than that, but eventually it will pop and you'll get fine wood. The reason why I'm not better at this is because honestly you don't have to do it that often. But like I said, eventually it'll pop, and there you go, you have fine wood. Number 2, mining copper in 10 without a pickaxe. Maybe for this boss, it might be helpful for you to have some bronze armor. Well, I'm going to show you how to do that today. Normally, you would need to wait until you had a pickaxe, but I'm going to show you how to do it without a pickaxe. Now, for me to do this, I'm going to need my assistant. Now, where is my assistant? Here he comes now to save the day. So what we're going to do is we're going to bait a troll over to the copper deposit and have him attack us. Now, we're going to dodge out of the way, and he's just going to hit the copper. You can see that he is doing damage to it. Just keep repeating this process until he actually breaks the copper. Now, you are going to need 26 copper and 10 tin. You'll need 6 copper for your forge, and the remaining 20 to turn into bronze to make your bronze pickaxe. Keep doing this until you have enough, and then you can go ahead and kill your troll off and move on to the next. Number 3, getting iron without a sunken key. So here we are in my swamp, and I want to say this. Make sure when you're in a swamp, you can build in a tree. Nothing's going to be able to get you. Nothing's going to be able to destroy the tree. So I'm perfectly safe up here, and I could put other things like a fireplace onto a tree branch, and we're good to go. Now, as we walk over to the sunken crypt that's closest to my portal, I want to remind you to go ahead and make some poison resist meads because they're going to help you out immensely as you're going through the swamp to find the crypt, as well as when you're in the crypt to actually mine the iron. So go ahead and make those and have those ready. So this is my sunken crypt, and as you can see, I have a portal here, and it is facing into the entrance of the crypt. For the sake of just as an example, I have a portal above it that you can see here. Alright, once you have your portals connected, all you have to do to get into the sunken crypt is go ahead and jump in. Here we go. Now, once you're in, this is actually the outside of it. This is where you transition in. You may have to dance around a little bit, maybe jump in the water and go back before it'll actually let you transition. Once you're in the sunken crypts, remember to watch out for all the mobs inside. Make sure you're using poison and resist. It'll keep you alive. Once you're done, go ahead and head for the exit. And the game helps us out a lot. It automatically puts you outside of the iron gates. You can set that portal up anywhere in your world. It doesn't matter where it is as long as the outgoing portal is correct. How to get silver without a wishbone. While a wishbone might help you locate the silver deposit, it's not actually required to find it or mine it. The way that I did it, this took me about 15 to 20 minutes. I came up to one of the highest peaks of the mountain, and honestly, a silver deposit is about the same size as a copper deposit. It's just shaped differently. So I would just go through kind of in a grid, mining 4, maybe 5 down. And as you can see, I did it quite a few times here. Like I said, it took me about 15 to 20 minutes, but eventually I did find this node up here. As you can see, once I get there, it's a lot further up than I thought. As you can see, this is a silver node. It's in a Y. It's about the same diameter as a copper deposit. It's actually not that hard to find. And 15 to 20 minutes is about how long it took me to find a silver deposit using the wishbone. So it's honestly, I mean, you might ask why bother? Honestly, that just depends on your playstyle. This is my character that I did a no boss kill run. And basically, I just wanted to see what I could do and what I couldn't do without beating a boss. Now, while I was here and I was actually killing drakes trying to get the trophies I needed for my helmet, I actually found this, and it's a really good example of the other way that you can find silver. I found 2 in my playthroughs. I have found 2 in this manner. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not going to say you're going to find it, but you can see it right here, and it is poking outside the mountain. You can see it right here poking out, and you can see it here again poking out. So there you have silver. You can go ahead and collect that. You can make your wolf armor. You can make your wolf cape. I'm still using the troll head cape because I like the way that it looks. And you can make your Drake helmet if you have 4 hours to farm the trophies for it. Number 5, how to use portals with metal. Now, originally I was going to show you how to actually take metal through a portal. However, earlier this month, that was actually patched. Now, I was still able to get it to work during testing, but the only way I could get it to work was to cause a lot of lag. I had to cause so much lag that the game could not keep up. Now, between the amount of lag and the method that I used to create the lag, it really just isn't a realistic method to use a portal with metal. The better option, depending on your game style, is to go ahead and create a secondary world, use it as a stop station, deposit your metal there, teleport on your primary, and then just pick it back up, switching between the two, the two worlds. You can also, if you don't want to do that, if that does not fit your play style, you can also use carts and ships to do so. But right now, there's really just there's no way to do it that I can figure out that's realistic. So now you're really, really overly prepared to take on your first boss. The only thing you haven't done is leveled up your skills. Well, don't worry about that, because in the next episode of Breaking Valheim, I'm going to show you the best methods to level up the more important skills, okay? Don't worry, I'm going to take care of you in the next episode. Now, a lot of people are going to ask, I've already gotten questions, why are you doing this? What is the point of getting iron before you get the key, or getting bronze before you get the pickaxe? Honestly, this character that I just did, it was my most recent playthrough, he is a no boss kill run. I wanted to see how far I could push the game, how far I could progress with gear, weapons, without beating any of the bosses. And this is as far as I can get, because I can't get any dragon tears to build the artisan table until I beat the dragon, the fourth boss. So, that's going to be it for today. If you have questions, put them down in the comments. If you have a tip that maybe I didn't know about or I don't know about, leave it in the comments. Let me know so I can explore that and see what that's all about. All right, y'all have a good day. Stay STEM, and I'll see you in the next episode.